Wake up this morning. What do we see? Goddamn, another Will Smith incident. Goddamn, Dave Chappelle got tackled on stage. Remember, I said Chris Rock and Will Smith were both actors. I forgot that Chris Rock was in Beverly Hills Cop. I remember seeing that in the movies when it came out. I remember we're in class. I guess I do, because I can remember what grade it was. You know what? Most of the times you got stuff you can't remember, but or exactly what grade. I don't remember it by my memory. I know exactly what day, or at least what time period it was, because the movie had just premiered. It was it just came out, and all the kids. I guess we were in fourth grade or whatever. This is New York City, so we're repeating it line for line in class. Or at least our favorite scenes. When they got thrown out the window and get the fuck off me, get the, I still remember that. It was like my favorite shit. Is in the morning, right before class, right after free lunch, black shit, right after free lunch. I mean free breakfast. But we quoted, you see it, this is, that's what I'm saying, we wasn't coddled like that. They took us to see these shit. They was just happy because it was Eddie Murphy. The black guy from Saturday Night Live and shit, he hadn't done the lyrics, or at least it hadn't came out yet. I remember seeing that, but that's what I'm saying. Dave Chappelle is my age. He's just like a year or two older than me. And that's why these liberals, that's why they think, even the liberals, he's so amazing. And there's no offense to Dave, because, we loved that nigga immediately, but I didn't realize we were this, because I remember seeing him in Half Baked, and I thought that shit was the fun. And I'm talking about, right, this was one VCR days. Well, it was still VCR days. I was in the military. And, I was in the 82nd, so it's a lot of white guys. They're like, why you got, because most black people in the military, they don't be around white people, because they don't choose them type of jobs. That's why I couldn't understand what people were like, why you going? I wouldn't go fight for the. It was like, most black people, you gonna be, even if you get sent over to a war zone, you're gonna be so far in the rear, because most black people choose them type of jobs. Not just because of they don't want to fight, because they choose the smart jobs that's gonna get paid when they get out. Something in the hot medical field or something like that. Or just you got immediately a high paying job. Our jobs, you infantry or anything like that, there's no jobs for you out here. That's why I had so much protest. There's no fucking jobs, that could directly transfer from your MOS. If you anything got to do with being frontline, it's behind enemy lines and all, it's all glamorous and shit and paratrooper and this and that. Why you inside? But once you get home, okay, what can you do? You can flip burgers. Yeah, I can do that, I guess. But you gotta go to school or something. So the reason I say that though, because Half Baked, it was a weed movie, and I think it was a white boy who had it. And this dude, his part wasn't that funny. It was, watching it again. But my favorite scene was the shower scene when they buddy that they had this. He was in the, and he started singing the, what's that? Who made that song? Alanis Morissette. I knew part of it, because it was the 90s, back then it wasn't racism, supposedly. And just, listen to, your teammates, co-workers, platoon mates, in the barracks, or, basically you hear it around Fayetteville, and it's like, what was it? All by myself. And then he dropped the soap popped out his hand, because he was singing it because he was sad, because he took the fall. Remember, you see it Half Baked, and then in slow motion the soap popped out of his. That's our generation 80s thing. Don't drop the soap. Then they tried to make it a real thing. A gritty movie. What's it called? Oz. Yeah, all this. I never watched Oz. Cause like I said, if you know niggas like I know that been to prison for real, they didn't say nothing about Oz. They just like they told you, yeah, you don't want to go there because you with real murderers. You don't want to go there. This and that. It's like, you gotta tell me that. Why you think I never went? No offense. after high school, I went in the military, And then it's like you didn't go to prison. Most of y'all didn't go to prison until after I got out of the military. So I had been gone 6 years. And now y'all start going to prison. It's like y'all was getting away with it while I was gone. I mean, I'm not a jinx. I'm just saying, y'all. Now y'all going, I'm like, y'all old as hell. Y'all damn near 30, going to prison for 5, 6 years. The other niggas that was killing people when we was in the high school or getting caught or whatever, they finna get out. They was, about to get out. Some of them got released. Because they killed another black kid in like 91, 92. So they, by 2010, 2008, they was out. But, so Dave Chappelle got the dude, but this time the dude got beat up real bad, right? And you can obviously, if you ain't look it up, it's gonna be trending. It's probably trending. That's how I saw it, you know. And as soon as you click on anything, is. And some people try to say, well, see, at least Dave Chappelle's fans uh, attacked, did something about it. I'm like, one thing, the Chris Rock thing, those weren't his fans. Those were supposed to be his peers. That was the Oscars. Those, they who's supposed to run up there and do something. And the whole thing with Chris Rock, nobody, like I said, they tried to make it a thing. That's what it backfired because they wanted it to be, oh, he was protected and everybody's like, no, nigga, you can't do that. I'm saying, if we was in high school and we knew your girl was cheating on you, you can't, we're literally going to protect, even if you jumping on somebody we don't like, our enemy, a rival gang, whatever, you can't do that, man. You lost out. No, your girl, you ain't do shit about that nigga that's been fucking your girl. Everybody know it. You ain't slap him. You supposed to be this and that. You not finna slap him. I don't care what he said. I'm telling y'all, liberals and these black liberals, they trying to provoke us real bad. They really, like, that's not gangster. Trying to provoke you. You like a little bitch. Seriously, you are. You just like a little bitch gnat. And you could try to come back at me all you want. You could try to get in front of me every time I walk through the store. They trying that shit now. You got to make the move. You got to, but you scary. You want, first of all, you don't get your ass whooped and shit. And you want me to go to jail. You want it to be, I attacked you for no reason. Nobody is stupid like that. You're going to lie and say, he just attacked me for no reason. And like I said, I never dreamed of that tactic. Never. I never saw that. I never saw the older dudes doing that. In high school, I never saw. You might go somebody into attacking you because you want to jump on them. But like I said, that's the same thing. Even then, that shit is weak. That shit is weak as hell. We were brought to go toe to toe, not fight 1-on-1. Remember they tried to make that. If you watch, what's it called? World Star videos. They thought they were being fair. It'll be like a neighborhood like this somewhere, and somebody start recording. I'm talking about the World Star days. Like 10 years ago, World Star, and the little kids, they think they're being fair. No, 1-on-1, and they'll surround the person, and it's serious. It might be one person's whole family or crew, but they really ain't gonna jump in. But it don't look like, it's not the same, because it's either way you're still intimidating the other person, even if you. Because it's like if they win, y'all gonna do, we don't care, and that's why your person won. Usually it's a bunch of girls, but y'all are still, even if y'all gonna know 1-on-1, it's a bunch of black women, grown ass black women and 2 little girls thinking they making them men or whatever they doing, because there's no men around. There's nothing but a whole bunch of hoes that got children and shit. And they try to, no, 1-on-1, and there's some effeminate little boys, because they got children, so they got some teenage boys, and they all trying to thinking they being fair. No, man, it's not 1-on-1. You go toe to toe, because remember I keep saying, when I see these fights now, you see 20 and 30-year-olds fighting, and it's like they turn some weird fighting style where they punch and run. These are black dudes, some of them even my age, and they punching and running, trying not to get hit. I mean, you can't see me because I need another camera where you can see what I'm doing. But I'm trying to emulate what they do. They're punching. You punch. You got to take toe to toe. You getting hit in the stomach. Body said, we're not professional boxers, but you know, we tried to emulate them. You know, or in New York City, you know, they had the style they used to fight in the 80s and shit. Our older brothers and, you know, cousins and neighbors and shit. But you know, these kids, they just running and running and fighting, running. It's annoying. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? I saw one video, and they thought the kid that ran, you know, they giving him compliments. Oh, he's on Hadouken style or some shit. You know, he's top level. Cause the other dude, the other little boy was trying to fight. You know, and actually, they had gloves on. They did. They tried to give him props for, oh, y'all settling y'all differences like men. And, you know, all this gay shit. That shit gay. Fighting, all that shit gay, man. I didn't realize that as a kid, but, you know, as you get in your 20s, because you sort of older again. By the time you 17, 16, you should have been caught on. You supposed to be smooth. You got your haircut. You got some goals. You got some jewelry on. You got some new. You know, we was the first generation really be wearing Jordans. They wasn't called Generation 1 or it was just Jordans. You know, the Bugs Bunny Jordans came out with Space Jam. You know, we ain't watched Space Jam, but you wore the Jordans, the gray ones with the red and all that shit. You ain't finna be fighting unless somebody step on you. And we even realized, look, here come the gang stalkers. The police or ambulance, fire truck. Waste the taxpayer. They ain't nobody sick. That's cause I'm out here. Now I've been when I first realized, I found out what gang stalking was. They said the you know, fire department, police, all that shit. And being ex-military, I said, you know what? I bet they tell themselves it's now waste of taxpayer money. Why? Because like right now, like I said, being in a unit like the 82nd is just training. So they had to do their whole routine like a real fire and get dressed and all this and that and you know, we would get called out like that and go on a jump and shit. Probably more than likely we just fly around Fayetteville in circles for a couple of hours to get the pilots. That's another thing, to get the pilots their training and then jump out. You know, because the drop zone is literally, if you just do it that way, it take like 20 minutes. You know, just for us to load up, you know, maybe an hour or whatever, and fly 1 minute because it's an airplane and we jump out. But no, they just fly in circles. But anyway, back to what I said. It's trying to, I guess, my train of thought. And so yeah, all this. So another thing, the thing with Chris Rock, who was going to intervene besides Oscar security? I wouldn't expect nobody in the audience, you know, to get up and fight Will Smith. Not because he's big, none of that shit. It's just that's a total. This they was at an actual concert, you know, so that's totally different. But what I say by stage is just like George Floyd and all them. Cause let me start. Like I said, I don't like my videos being too long now. I'm gonna break it down. It's gone over 10 minutes.